So I invited one of my close friends over to help support me and talk about this Johnny situation. And we ended up having sex with each other.
No, 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 no. Somehow I hate the way that she admitted that more than the fact she actually cheated. And when you see her talk about it in full, it starts off as her blaming the poor guy that got cheated on.
I need attention. I need physical attention.
Ella mentions many times that she needs affection and touch, but then she proceeds to meet people online, so I'm glad because the two really go hand in hand. Hey guys, we're going to take a look at Ella and Johnny from 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days. Because, spoiler alert, we've got an update on their relationship. But before we get to that, you know I've got to dive into their story, so let's take a look.
They were the ones giving me attention, and I wasn't used to getting attention from any male.
Straight off the bat, she mentions that she dated anyone that gave her attention because she wasn't used to it, but they didn't treat her very well. This information is important because it really gives us a backstory to her past, which helps us understand some of the decisions she makes. But we'll get to that.
My ideal man, it would probably be an exact blueprint of my favorite anime crush. He has red hair, green eyes, and a fox demon inside him.
To be fair, with the whole anime crush, been there.
But in real life, of course he's got to be Asian. I love just how they looked in their samurai outfits with their long, luscious hair, their eyes, their face, their skin tone. I love everything about them.
Who looks at these videos and thinks, yep, that's what I love about Asians? Not only is that seriously out of date, but that's like me looking at movies with an attractive Italian in it and saying, yeah, I love everything about them. What? They obviously don't all look like this. Probably more like this.
I'll turn up at 10, I'll take a 30-minute dump, and then it's lunchtime.
But you get the point. Stereotyping a whole race because what you've seen on TV is never going to be healthy. Did I mention that the website that they found each other on was called Asian Man, White Women?
And that is where I found my Asian prince.
Meet Johnny, a 34-year-old single dad from China. So let me get this right. Wait, hold on. Her ideal man is an anime character. She grew up idolizing Japanese samurai for movies, and now she's dating someone from China. Good thing they all look the same, right?
Did you know that China and Japan are actually different countries? Oh, really? Hey, that's right. If you look at map, you can see.
And his eyes are just perfect.
Perfect, you say. As Ella is the American in the show, we'll get to see more of her story and background. We met her in season 5 before the 90 days. She's from Idaho and helps out at her family ranch and is a self-proclaimed Wiccan. Stay with me here. Her coven is called the Sacred Journey, and she mentions that she likes witchcraft because it helps you make your own destiny. Unless she's talking about some kind of mystical fate, it's coming across as she has a real lack of accountability. But the point is, she's a Westerner that likes Asians, and he's an Asian that likes Westerners. Actually, I'm starting to think that neither of them understand each other's cultures.
We both love anime.
Okay, we're getting into similar interests now.
This wig is from Naruto, and that is Johnny's favorite anime. And he has this thing called sexy ninjutsu. It's his ninja power that he uses, and he turns into a sexy naked woman with these clouds around her private parts. I am hoping that Johnny gets a little excited when he sees me in this.
Oh, we're really getting into them.
Whoa.
Yep, that's like looking in a mirror on acid. But I will say kudos to both of them for trying to keep the spice, because long distance can really take a toll.
Do you think that we will be able to have some fun, sexy time?
As the relationship progresses, they still haven't met in person, by the way. Johnny voices his concern for Ella's health and seeks professional help so he too can help her become healthier. But before we as spectators sharpen the pitchforks and jump to conclusions about the misogynist that's body shaming, from at least what I've seen, it seems to be coming from a positive place of him caring about her and wanting what's best for her. So put down the pitchforks, at least for now. In fact, it seems that they are both a little concerned with her health, because here Ella's seeing a personal trainer as they're planning to finally meet in person. Now the plan was for Johnny to stop over at Singapore and then continue to America. But unfortunately, due to the travel restrictions, his visa gets denied And since the restrictions also prevent Ella from visiting China, it's time for a new plan.
I have part of a plan.
They're gonna meet up in Dubai. Sounds simple, right? But what about hurdles? Like finances. That's what mom and dad's for, right?
You still have your house payment, your car payment. So I'm really afraid about the finances.
The parents are hesitant to help, so time for waterworks. Let's manipulate the situation. Okay, go.
Can I depend on you guys to help me?
It's really setting the tone for Ella's personality. Now, mom mentions that in the past, Ella had an online relationship with an Indian man, so she doesn't want it to go like last time. So this is not the first time that she's had online relationships, or the last, but we'll get to that. When in doubt, cry it out. Thanks to the help of mum and dad, she's booked the trip to Dubai and can't wait to break the news to her favorite Asian. I mean, she didn't even mention Uncle Roger. So Ella's all excited. She can't wait to tell Johnny that she's booked the trip and they're going to meet in Dubai. And while he mentions that he appreciates the effort that she's making, he does remind her that they're still tightening up the restrictions in China. And if he does go, the quarantine period will be 5 weeks in China, plus the time he'll need for the trip to Dubai, which was supposed to be 2 weeks.
It's gonna be hard.
Now remember, it's not just himself he's got to worry about here. Johnny's also responsible for both his parents and son Stoney, who he had with his ex-wife. Doable. And she straight away just dismisses his concerns. She suggests that they wait just until the restrictions loosen.
But it's hard for me to have to go to Dubai, so we'll both be making sacrifices.
And she again just shrugs off his concerns.
I'm starting to feel like you really didn't want to come in the first place, is what I feel.
And cue guilt trips. Then, after this doesn't work, she goes next level and suggests an open relationship. Now, if she had suggested this in a different setting or in a different way, it might be something to look at. But since she brought it up after he was hesitant, for good reasons by the way, it came off as more of a threat than anything else. So they speak again and he suggests postponing the meetup for about 7 months, which is a long time, especially if you haven't met in person. Now it does seem a bit of a gamble to wait another 7 months before you can actually meet in person, because once you meet, you might not even click in real life, but of course she takes this as he doesn't want to see her.
Well, it seems pretty clear that you've made up your mind that you don't want to come.
Which is groundwork for the blame game that she's about to lay on him.
I don't think that you understand how hard this has been on me. When you have been going back and forth with this.
And she mentions that they end up having sex with each other. The way she explains the whole scenario about him being wishy-washy, I don't know where she got that from, because from the start he made it really clear why they should wait, and then he also has a lot of feelings for her. He even asks her what's her ring size.
I didn't mean for that to happen. It just happened because I was so distraught and so upset.
But she takes no accountability for her actions. So after the whole cheating scandal, they seem to be in a good place, and it's time for their tell-all, and they get roasted.
After that one incident, nothing has happened with anybody else.
In fact, even Kim takes a shot at her for cheating.
I have zero respect for you for that. And you can sit up here and say you have excuses all day.
Go, Kim.
That you hurt that man. And when I saw that on camera, it broke my heart.
And he does mention that open relationships are very hard to accept in his culture, which is fair enough. He didn't really need to even use his culture as an explanation. Just, I'm not comfortable with something should be enough. Now, Sean goes ahead and asks straight out, would you be mad if Johnny cheated on you? And she said she wouldn't be mad, and I call BS, and so did the cast members. Now, remember what she said? I've never done it again? Well, do I have news for you?
What about your birthday?
What do you mean about my birthday?
But she had a friend that we found out is a guy that she met on the same website. White woman, Asian man, fly over to visit her on her birthday.
Where did he spend the night that night?
In the spare bedroom.
But apparently it's okay because he slept in a different bedroom, okay guys? I know what you're thinking. Just because a guy that you met on a dating website comes over to visit you on your birthday, obviously he's going to sleep in a different bedroom and respect your boundaries.
Everybody bailed on me all the time.
Here's the victim card again.
Like, I can see that Johnny is actually really hurt.
So now Sean turns to Johnny and asks him, do you trust her? To which he can't seem to answer directly, which is never a good sign, as trust is really so important in a relationship, especially so much more in a long distance relationship. Poor Johnny even asks, why did you let him stay at your place?
That's a valid question.
Hey, no one asked you. You go sit down. You work on that courage. Their segment ends with Sean asking, do you think Johnny's actually coming to see you? Which Ella responds to, we'll just have to wait and see, I guess. And I guess we will. Now, there hasn't been much news for the couple. Ella mentioned on her Instagram story that she does still care for Johnny, but stated that we're not currently together. And there was still no sign of them meeting up on her Instagram. Until the 5th of July this year. That's right, earlier this week, Johnny posted on his Instagram that he had flown to Idaho to meet with Ella. And he captioned the shots, after 12 hours, I made it. I cannot believe it. After so long of them talking online, everything she put him through, he still came. I really hope this means we get to see more of them in the future, and I can't wait to see what happens. So let's stay tuned. Don't forget to like and leave a comment. It helps me out so much, and I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!